Hello, I'm George Corder. I went to Fall River High School. I played basketball for 4 years. In Fall River basketball, I was the MVP of the league. I graduated from Fall River High School in 1962 and came straight to here. Coach Johnny Mazzei came and got me and said that he wanted me to play basketball for the College of the Siskiyous, and I chose to come here. I'm in the Shasta College district, but I can choose to go anywhere I wanted, and I knew who he was and I knew what kind of a coach he was, and I chose to come here because of him. When I got to COS, first of all, you have to check in and you got to do all those things, and I have any idea about doing all that things because I just went to high school. But anyway, there was a lot of people would help you here. And even then, it was friendly and a very nice college, but very small, really small. We didn't have a student center. We didn't have a gymnasium. But when we got here, I was very excited. I come from where I live in Fall River, which is just about like this. The town is small. The people are athletically minded, and it was a great experience for me to come here and play basketball for Johnny Mazzei. And then after Johnny Mazzei retired, I had Coach Smith, and it was a great time. I had my classes. I first of all took small classes, little, just to get oriented with it. And after I was here a while, I got into the, and that's what you're going to call it. We edited yearbooks, and and I enjoyed it. And then I took photography. I didn't know nothing about photography, but it was an interesting class. And then of course I had the regular classes. You can have just about anyone, but they didn't have too many choices like they have here now. This is quite a school now, and fire classes here. I believe they have a police class here, and they didn't have any of that. And first year I was here, we practiced in the grammar school gym at Weed High School. I mean, that's what we did, and we played in the Weed High School gym, all the games at home. The second year I was here, we started to build this gym. And the funny part about this is I spent lots of hours with Mr. Roberts, which was the president of this college. And he wanted to build a gym. So I sat with him and they draw their plans up, and I came and he goes, "Well, I want you to approve these, George." And I said, "Well, we've been everywhere with this." And we looked at the plans, and I go, "Oh, Mr. Roberts," I said, "we got to have 15 feet under the basket on each end." He goes, "Well, what are we going to have that for? They only had 8. And he goes, I said, "I've been on every wall in this whole country because of speed and anyway in your style of play." And I said, "I don't want to hit a wall again." So anyway, now we have a beautiful gym, and it has 15 feet on each end of the gym. And in the meantime, they finished the gym. And the day they finished it, of course it was, it's still a little rough in there. I went in there and shot the first basket. Yeah, it was so exciting. And he was standing there with me, and he was so excited. And from then on, it was just an awesome story of College of Siskiyous gyms and players. And I actually played with some great players here. I played with Doug DeBortley. I actually was with the family at least 3 nights a week, just because they're great people, And I love that kind of stuff. It was real home style people, And I don't know. They had a baseball program that was completely. It was the best. And Johnny was the coach. He loved baseball more than he loved basketball, but he liked to do everything. And then that's second year in my time here playing. We were at Weed High School, and it hadn't quite happened at the gym yet. I got ahead of myself, but I broke my foot. A big guy from Napa jumped on my foot, and I left the gym with the doctor, was back before halftime in a little cast on my foot, and it was actually a broken toe, which is worse than a broken foot because you can't do nothing. So anyway, at the midterm of that, I set out. I went to the games, and, but I couldn't go to practice. Well, I could go to practice, but I'd sit there. So I worked on my grades and stuff. So I did pretty good. I wasn't a straight A student, but I kept myself up to where it was, people. And I always had a lot of help. I wasn't a good English person, and I had a man and a wife, and I can't tell you their name, helped me with that. And it was a good, because once I caught on, it was easy, but it just didn't catch on early. In my third year here, which I had to sit out, I could come back and play that last part of the season because they gave him back to me. I couldn't play the whole season because I'd played in it before, but came back and played the last half of the season, and I played with some great players in too. It was just Jim Hickey, and oh my goodness, and one of the best players I thought I've ever played with at College of Siskiyous was a boy from Dunsmuir named Gene Lando. He was just completely crazy. I graduated from the College of Siskiyous in 1965. It was a pretty exciting day because I wasn't even planning on going to college, but after I got started, Johnny came and talked me into playing, which I was going to play anyway, but I didn't know where I was going to go, and I was really happy that I came to College of the Siskiyous, and it was an enjoyment. The people were just awesome. The sports theory, or where you're going to say, in this town is absolutely incredible. You go downtown, the barber wants to know who won the game. The guy in the grocery store wants to know who won the game, and it was a pretty interesting deal. I graduated with a social arts degree, and it was a crazy deal. I'm not a great student, but I was a good student, and I was surprised that I graduated from College of the Siskiyous. And I left College of the Siskiyous and walked on at University of Nevada. And I was supposed to have little clips of me playing from here, and the coach at Nevada couldn't find them. And so I sat in his office for an hour. I wanted to play, and I didn't have enough money to play because farmers don't have enough money. They got a lot of equipment, a lot of stuff, but never have much money. And I sat in his office for an hour, and it was Jack Spencer, who was the coach at University of Nevada, Wolfpack. And he finally said, "Well, you look like a determined," And I go, "Yeah, I am." He said, "I don't have no scholarships for you. I gave them all away." I go, "Well, okay." He said, "You look like a determined," never mind. I go, "Well," he said, "I'm going to make you an offer." I said, "Well, I hope so." He said, "You make the team, you get a scholarship." I stood up and I go, "Oh, you might as well send somebody home." Walked out. I made the team. I don't know how, because they were deep in people. Lots of seniors, lots of everything, and that was a great experience, but I was well taught at College of Siskiyous, and I knew what I needed to do. So, and also one of the most important things I forgot at College of Siskiyous is I met my wife here. And we were married in 5 months after we met her. And we've been married 58 years. So, yeah, I think I picked the right one, or she picked me. I don't know which one. So, yeah.
What was your best memory being here at College of the Siskiyous?
Well, anyway, the College of Siskiyous was pretty small and had a big backyard. I mean, real big, acres and acres. And my friend Jerry Lewis, and one evening we decided we was just going to go out and do something. So we were driving around and seen this gal standing on the corner when we went by. She was standing there on the way back. So we just slowed down. She kind of walked out there in front of us, and I stopped, and she goes, "This your car?" I said, "Yeah." Me and Jerry was together. And she said, "Oh, do you mind if I get in?" I go, "Well, no, why not?" So she got in, and it was a Council. It was a 4-speed transmission. So she got in. We said, "We're gonna go shoot rabbits." So we did. We went out in the parking lot, way out in the back of the parking lot, and I put Jerry on the hood, and we were driving around and shooting jackrabbits. I don't know if we ever killed any or not, but it was a riot, and I married the girl. After I got to the University of Nevada, it was a pretty wild deal. There was 5 starters was back, and it was completely crazy. But for me to make the team was beyond my imagination. I was quick, fast, but I didn't have much of a shot. So I decided that I was going to get every loose ball there was in that practice, and I was just absolutely going to do it. And it almost killed me because I was better. I wasn't in great shape yet, but I was in pretty good shape. First night of practice, I stopped, went home and ate with my wife, and coach didn't call me, didn't even have any idea that I was there. I practiced every night in the gym after school. And I looked down at the other end of the gym, and they were all warming up. And I go, well, I'm just gonna go down there and warm up too. And I did. And after the practice, I was right in the middle of it. I had to take I went downstairs and threw up. I'd played so hard, but I caught him when he wasn't looking. There's so many guys in there. But anyway, it was pretty exciting. I was absolutely everywhere on that court. I was up, I was down, I was on, and people go, so 20 years later, I asked the MVP of the league and the Hall of Famer, Napoleon Montgomery, I asked him, I said, why did you nickname me? He goes, you are the craziest person I have ever seen. He said the first night of practice, all of us kept watching and what was going on, and he said, you were all over the floor like a bug, and we're gonna nickname you the Bug. And it was awesome. I mean, it was completely crazy. And we ran a 19-0 season and played Texas Western. Won the NCAA. We played Southern Illinois, which won the NIT, and played Santa Clara in that 19-0 run. But we didn't beat the big boys. We lost 4 games, and that's quite a season. That's quite a season for. And we still hold the record for the most wins in a row at University of Nevada. And I was after the season was over. My parents were having trouble with my father. He was actually he got throat cancer and couldn't go out. And I'm a rancher who lives in Fall River Mills, California. And my mother was trying to feed 400 head of cows in the wintertime. In the summertime, you have to ride horseback. Well, she wasn't capable of doing that. So I had to quit. And I didn't quit, but I did quit. I didn't like it. I was going to play a lot. I worked from 12th man down to 6th because they had no idea who I was. And next year come back, I would be in rolling heavy. But it's okay. It was a good life, and I enjoyed College of the Siskiyous, and I enjoyed the time at University of Nevada. So after I went home from Nevada, my father died, and I had to take over. I could do it anyway, but it's better to have, you know, your father always knows more than you do. So I had to take over something that I had to take a lot of responsibility, and from the training and the things that I got at College of the Siskiyous, I was well trained in things and how to handle people and how to handle men and how to handle everything. And thank goodness for that, that I came to College of the Siskiyous, because it was just like being at home. It was absolutely incredible. We became I have 3 sons, by the way. My wife had 3 sons, and they were, right now they're 58, 56, and 54. And the funny part about all this is 2 of them's born on the same day, and if one of them wouldn't have been breech, it'd have been game on the same minute. So when we got together again, and after all this, we sort of didn't go together. I went to her mother, she went to her mother's, and I went somewhere else on July 4th because they were born on April 13th. So anyway, I became very successful early, and then it kind of, the country kind of went to pot, and so my sons growed up, and my son graduated at Chico State, my oldest one, and he said, well, Dad, he said, he's a computer design, you know, that's what he does. He said, I said, Dad, I said, Trav, I said, what are you gonna do? He said, are you going to San Francisco? Are you going to LA? Are you going to down there when you graduate in computer at 1 or 2? You got to get a job. Yeah. And he said, Dad, I graduated at this college to become a rancher. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, son. You want to come home and do this? He said, I'll turn it over to you right now. He said, well, that's a deal. And it takes, you know, you can't just turn one over. You got to go. It took about 10 years to infiltrate money and property, and you know, it just takes a long time. And it was awesome. And then I have my middle son is a airborne MP first sergeant, 20-year man. And my youngest son is Fall High School's girls basketball coach. And it's the only high school that's not private that has 3 state championships in girls basketball, not in California, in the whole country. So that's pretty impressive. And so with them, now I'm retired, and they're so good. My oldest son runs everything. He understands money and people, and of course he's different than I am, but he's still a lot like me. So anyway, they couldn't come, they had to work. You know, they wanted to come up, but you only do so many things. So anyway, there goes the jackrabbit shooter. She's gonna go hide if she heard me. Anyway, we grow some certain crops. It's pretty interesting. We grow mint, we grow wild rice, we grow Gilroy Foods seed garlic. We've had the contract for 27 years, yeah. And now it's Olam Corporation, but we have 400 acres of it, and that's a big job. My youngest son runs that operation, and my other ones run the ranch. But it's we're farmers now. You know, got to go with the country. You know, got to change. Got to go with the world. And not sure we can go with it at the moment, but we're trying. So anyway, that's about it for now. And now I'm back at College of Siskiyous today, speaking to a lovely lady. While I was at Fall River, I graduated there. Graduated at College of Siskiyous, and then I went to Nevada for a year. And after I came home, about 2 years, I'm farming, drive tractors and, you know, stuff like that, typical farming. And I seen 2 people coming out in the field. And I went, well, who is that? And they stopped me, came out and shook my hand. I knew who it was. It was the principal of the high school and the one of the coaches that was still there. And I went, well, I wonder what they want. And they go, George. I said, we're having trouble. And I said, oh, well, what's wrong? And he goes, our coach quit. And we don't have a basketball coach. And it's JV. It's JV basketball. It's not varsity basketball. And they go, we don't have a coach. And I go, well, I've never coached. And they go, nobody better than you could do the job. And I go, well, you gotta be kidding me. I said, I've never tried this, never, you know. So anyway, I agreed. I was farming but anyway, it was okay. So I went to be the basketball coach for JV basketball. And I took over a team that was, had a coach that quit, that was well-rounded. They were all sophomores, and they were actually, I knew who they were because I go to the gym and watch, and they were very, very good. So I took over the job and didn't do too much. Hey, I'll just sit there, you know. And I picked a kid that's at Fall River High School's good athlete to be my assistant coach, and his name was Gordon Carpenter, and he went to Shasta College, of course, but that's okay. Anyway, we just kind of sit there and didn't do too much, and I think we won the league, and I was going, boy, this is easy. So next year we started another bunch, and a little bit different. The sophomores were all gone, all freshmen came up, but they were sophomores, but they wasn't experienced sophomores. We started practice, and me and him talked about it, and they said, well, we just better start this over. They couldn't do nothing. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. So I said, okay, well, let's start at the beginning. So we all sat down at the middle of the court, and I said, take your shoes off. And they go, what for? There's your first mistake. I said, take your shoes off. So they took them off. I said, okay, put them back on. They said, what are you doing, Coach? I said, now I'm going to show you how to tie your shoes. That was his first lesson. And from then on, they just got better and better and better. And we actually won third place in the Fall River Block F tournament. And we had no business beating anything, but they came so far, and we had so much fun. And I coached for 15 years, and I had 2 or 3 championship games at teams at Fall River. And it was just an absolute pleasure and had Gordon Carpenter with me, of course. We could talk. He knew defense and I knew offense, and it was an absolute incredible moment. And actually had to give up the job because I wasn't a school teacher. A teacher wanted a job, so I stepped out, and against my better wishes, but it's okay. All worked out real good. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. Okay.
If you had to describe your experience here at College of the Siskiyous in one word, what would it be?
I would have to say that it was absolutely incredible. I mean, how should I like anything else than what was exactly like where I came from? The people is wonderful. The climate's awesome. Mount Shasta's a completely absolute view every day, and you can look out the back of the college and see it. I mean, it's just incredible. And I came here today, and there was like 5 buildings here when I was here in '62, and now it's a beautiful college. So I came to the reunion just for one reason, and I hope that the other point guard that I played with from here, and he's actually from Weed, was going to be here, and I got here at the first day, and there was just practice and everybody, and he didn't show up. And I go, oh gee, I was kind of sad. And just before practice was over, I looked down to the other end of the gym, and there came my guy, and I hadn't seen him in 40 years, and it was Dennis Sabarbro. I was so excited, and it was just crazy. He was more excited than I was, and he actually is a school teacher at Point Loma, College of Nazarene. And the reason I say this is because my granddaughter was a full ride scholarship basketball player, just graduated at Point Loma, and he went and watched her play a lot. So anyway, I got to see that, so I thought that was exciting. I'd like to thank Coach of the basketball team, of this year's basketball team. I hope that we gave him a game that would improve his players, and we're all about College of the Siskiyous, and if we helped, then it was worth our time and all of and our fun and our enjoyment of the people. I never had so much fun in my life. I only played about 40 seconds, and the people go, well, why'd you only play 40 seconds? Well, I'm pretty old, and our little team played so hard, our alumni, that I wasn't going to dare go in at the end of the game, but it turned out we won by 2 or 3, just luckily, because they're green and we're got lots of age, lots of experience, and that was the difference of the game. And I hope that we helped his team and him.